Hi, everybody. How you holding it together? Just checking in on you guys. Back at our regular time. Came on earlier today to cover Trump's um, bizarro fomenting of a revolution, and yeah, and that's exactly what it turned out to be. The woman we were talking about earlier that we saw being taken out live has passed away. She has died of her wounds. As someone who has done CPR on a human being and seen people have heart attacks and have watched the moment their heart stopped multiple times in my life, it looked to me, looking in her eyes, that she was not going to make it to the hospital. I held back from saying that. It just looked that way to me, and it turned out to be the case. She has passed away. She was I think they worked on her for a little while, but she was dead on arrival in the hospital. And it seems that the reason she was shot was because one of the protesters she was there with was responding violently. And hold on one second. Let me see if I can find this one thing real quick, because I want to show you that as well. They had brought a long gun. There was a person with an AR-15 aiming into the room as they broke the glass to get into the barricaded Capitol room. The Capitol Police responded with fire, and she was shot. And yeah, they were not protesters; they're rioters. Yes, good point. She arrived with someone carrying a long gun. I have to say, there's very little of this to laugh about, though I will do my level best, because again, that's what we're here for. We're here to maintain our sanity and our sense of humor and our laugh at the foibles of life on Earth as we know it. Oh, this is good. This has the taste of freedom. This tea. Yeah, they're traitors. They will fail miserably. They will force the hand of the Republicans in the House and the Senate that we're going to start all this nonsense. And in many ways, they will destroy the very purpose of the act that the Republicans were doing in protest today. Yes, I would agree they're terrorists. I think beyond even rioters, because allegedly they have found as many as two improvised explosive devices. One I heard was a pipe bomb. The other, I don't know what the content of it is, if it's the remnants of or another one. There you go. Do I think Pence will invoke the 25th Amendment? No, I do not. I think he fears the people that stormed the Capitol building too much and feels insecure that Trump would just let him get killed. And he fears for himself, his family, and the other and the Secret Service detail that would have to take care of him going forward as a former vice president. And he's in danger of getting killed by these idiots. So I think he'll again, this is partly why people pussyfoot around Trump, is because of the structures that are put in play. So there was a funny moment, a single one. It was this lady. I laughed spontaneously. This is not something that, under normal circumstances would be hilarious by regular standards. But yeah, Trump's tweet was done by staff, and he was pushed out there by his. Hold on, let me blow this up so you guys can see it a little better. I think his staff and Mitch McConnell made some phone calls. Trump won't be charged with the murder, although there is, in a sane world, if this was the 1800s, quite frankly, Trump would be charged with seditious treason, and there would be all sorts of stuff. I seen his latest tweet? I've seen a series of tweets from him. The latest one we'll have it. But watch this one. This is probably one of the best setup punchlines I've ever seen in a spontaneous video. You have to wait for the end of it. So just
ma'am, what happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced.
Right in the face.
I got maced, and he goes right in the face. Hold on.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of awful happening today. But not only does this ditzy idiot from Knoxville, Elizabeth from Knoxville, Tennessee, admit to an act of insurrection. We are storming the Capitol. It's a revolution. And the whole setup, like, I just got a foot inside. I got sprayed. I got maced. And the only thing that could have made this better is she went, I'm not even black. You know what I mean? Like, if it would just went so off the friggin' rails. Listen to it's a perfect 28 seconds.
Ma'am, what happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced.
By the police.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Seriously. Come on. There are few, the timing, literally, at the end she's like, because she could have said, because the election was stolen from us and there was a crime going on inside, and literally avoided jail time. Seriously. But then seriously, we're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution. You know, we were engaging in an act of seditious overthrow of the government. I don't even know. Human Train, thank you so much. Good Lord. This is, hold on, it slid past me. What was your super chat thing? What's the end game? Keep a dictator in office? Yeah, it's a fail. Thank you, Anthony. And it is. There's no crying in revolutions. There's no So this is, and the weirdest, look at this response right after. I swear we were not that stupid in the 60s. Disappointed mom, sigh. In the 60s? Yeah. Seriously, that is solidly one of the dumbest things. So that in the middle of all this, you know, when stuff is like rough and awful, and there's plenty of rough and awful, to have that woman beautifully just undermine the entire thing was just glorious. Was just you know, the foot shooting that went on in that moment. Now, hype train, thank you. Keep our heads up, guys. You're not in the middle of this. Keep your patience about this. One piece of news right off the front. Let's just do this. Jon Ossoff wins. Mitch McConnell will no longer be Senate Majority Leader. He has surpassed the margin needed to that would have triggered an automatic recount. Yes, I did address the woman dying right off the top. The Democratic Party won control of U.S. Senate in 2020 elections after sweeping both of Tuesday's runoff elections in Georgia. Shortly after midnight, Democrat Raphael Warnock was projected to defeat interim Senator Kelly Loeffler, who, by the way, is retaining her power because she's an interim. Perdue lost his position already. Weird. But on Wednesday, Democrat Jon Ossoff is projected to defeat David Perdue. Outcome means the Senate will be split 50-50 after Warnock and Ossoff are sworn in. Until January 20th, Republicans will still control the body as Vice President Mike Pence will cast tie-breaking votes in his role as President of the Senate. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Sorry, it scrolled by too fast. Thank you, Anthony Russell. The outcome means that the Senate will be split 50-50. So, like, literally, that's currently where we are. This is the assumption, by the way, that Mike Pence will break to the Republican side on stuff, which there's no indication that he will at this point. This will change after President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are sworn in at noon. At that point, Harris will be the president of the Senate, giving Democrats control. In a contentious, heated campaign, Democrat Ossoff beat. We saw this. We've been there. Joe Biden is speaking, NBC News, right as he came out to give a speech, and then he was going to talk about the economy, as kind of a balancing act of like the shenanigans and charade that was going on the Republican side in the Senate and the House. And then all this crap broke loose. Now, understand that this right side and OAN and all these crowds, that sometimes we show, they're in this crowd. They're part of it. And listen, like, I scrolled through part of it because this dude was literally just walking down the street. He literally walked his way into this event, just going towards it as the crowd moved from the Trump speech. They raised a cross. Where is that? No, that was the other one. That's another area. Hold on. Let's listen to him walk up to the Capitol.
We've got to. You took an oath. That was tough. That was tough.
Someone just yelled, "You took an oath." Excuse me, Canadian maggots. What are you doing down here? You took an oath. It's pronounced oath in America. Okay.
Anyway, if you're just now joining us, this all happened. Our day started about 9 o'clock this morning, bringing you unprecedented coverage of
unprecedented. You mean you videotaped the president's speech and you showed Eric Trump's
President Trump's rally there at the Ellipse, just on the south lawn of the White House. About an hour and a half delivery. The president
about an hour and a half
had there, and for a record crowd, really, in that space. We had a record crowd watching us here on RSBN as well. And then that transitioned over to the march to Capitol Hill from the Ellipse. And that's where Lilith and myself joined you for that walk.
To the oceans, white with foam, God bless. That's what they're singing, but they don't. But they don't know. They're singing "God Bless America," but not everybody knows the words.
And as we got closer to the Capitol, is when a lot of this started to happen, and our coverage dipped out because of the cell ban. I mean, there's so many people here, but not a whole lot of people had power. So that's when our coverage dropped out. We retreated back.
Excuse me, there was not a lack of cell coverage. The obviously DARPA space ray.
Back to our office.
Oh my God, Joy Reid is on fire? What are you talking about? Oh, she's on fire talking. I was like, don't do that to me.
Near the White House, and now we are back. It's a very energetic crowd. I don't see anyone going home anytime soon.
Oh, well. Okay, so they're yelling USA. USA!
Yeah.
USA being the United States of America. Just
if you want to go up, all right. We're going to try to go up, guys. So bear with us. The camera might get a little bumpy, but we're going to make our way up the top of these steps and get as close up as we can.
And by the way, thank you, Right Side and OAN and Newsmax, for being embedded in this crowd and getting as many faces on tape for the future sedition trials as possible. That guy, there you go. That's a nice close-up. You got his whole face up past there. That guy with the mask on. We'll have to do stuff just using it.
All right. All right, let's go.
That guy, we got a good picture of that guy. Does it hurt that bad to just shave everything but your neck? Is that the painful part? I don't understand. Like you just can't find, like, I understand there aren't porta potties. I know this wasn't prearranged.
I know. There's a lot of people still battling with the tear gas, and it's brutal. And like I said, that's the first time I've been hit with it, and I was away from it. I can imagine these people that are up top, they had to simply get completely blasted by tear gas. So we're going to make our way up here. And there are a lot of people still in some pain.
These poor people.
Right now. If you would, guys, please share this broadcast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's very important. Let's skip ahead. I don't need to give you any advertisement.
They're angry.
There's that guy.
People are upset that this is how they've been treated, basically, demonstrating their freedom of speech and their...
Is that what they're doing? So they're getting tear gas for their freedom of speech, are they? Sorry, were they tear gassed for talking?
Right to assemble.
Their right to assemble, unlawfully on Capitol grounds after being asked to disperse when they had another event nearby that they were allowed to be at?
I know we're at the nation's capital, and I know that we're probably doing some unprecedented times, but
You're probably doing some unprecedented times.
but this is what it is. Yes, sir. Hey, we're just
Hey, Right Side Broadcasting, I like you guys.
trying to show everybody what's going on.
Got that guy
Thank
on
you.
camera. There you go. FBI's going over this footage like I am right now.
We are the real news. All right, I'm gonna.
What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Anybody wearing a mask is clearly Antifa.
All right, as you can see, we've made our way a little bit higher. We're trying to get a vantage point here. I don't
They stole a flag from the Capitol.
know what's going to happen when they shoot off the next tear gas. We're gonna.
What is on that blanket? Is that a multicolored Groot blanket?
As you can see, a lot of people in pain right now.
Yeah, I can tell. Mainly because of their downwind from the other people there.
The tear
But at least that
gas
guy,
is
the
no joke.
nice thing is, I got inside. It was awesome.
And when we hear that flashbang again, thank
Superman has let himself go.
you, thank you, thank you. And when we,
They shot somebody. They shot
They shot
yeah, we saw
Is that right?
No, it's not right. It's wrong.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, young girl. Yes.
You can't ask right side media if something's right. Everything's right.
All right, sorry. Everyone keeps coming
Okay, got
up to
got
me,
that
talking
guy.
to
Got that guy.
me, but we're going to try to get up a little
Wife,
bit.
that guy. Got him.
We are literally a lot of people in pain
Got that guy. You know his tattoos. Easy to
right now. A lot of people gasping for air, eyes watering.
Play ball.
Hang on a second. Hang on. What you got?
They're stomping. And this is their version of being Americans during the current order. While, by the way, while already having Republicans artificially inject themselves into this process, like basically giving them everything they want by going through this stupid, phony exercise of of pretending to object and going through them. They're already getting their ass kicked or kissed.
Oh, it's going the wrong way. I've been told. Thank you. I've been told that there is some Antifa protesters in here that are attacking police, but they're undercover, and
That's what it is.
They're scared to do anything.
well, they're doing it to provoke is what they're doing. So that's what we've been told. The Antifa is undercover.
That dude went, there are Antifa here, and they're undercover, and they're doing stuff to provoke, and the guy's like, there are no Antifa here. They couldn't do nothing.
In here, trying to basically antagonize the Capitol Police. I can't confirm that. That's just what someone told me, and I've actually had someone else as well.
I can't confirm that. I just made that up in my head, and I'm just going to quote other people. So he
Watching
continues to
Memorial down there.
take it
So
all the way up there to get footage.
here we are. There's a lot. I mean,
Black dude with a Trump flag says Georgetown, and then literally, I mean, if you can say anything about racial harmony, like these two guys are the spectrum of color in the human palette.
the one question I just keep asking myself is I just don't know, guys, how this ends. I don't know how you, as you can see, they're like breaking in windows and actually getting in these spaces.
These spaces.
I don't think we've seen this in modern history, in American history for sure. I just don't understand. Jaden, what you got?
Oh man, it's crazy down there.
Oh, it's, okay, Jaden, what?
That dude is literally, they're just like throwing flagpoles in like javelins. Soup from my family.
One of our other camera personnel is here. Also, checking everything out and giving us a report. And it's just crazy. Here's a tear gas right there. They're spraying at people.
And they're attacking Capitol Police with their plastic shields.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting?
This is going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you think these people started attractive?
Yeah, I really
That guy's throwing a metal pole.
don't believe what I'm seeing right now. This is
Why not? Why would right side media have any problem believing what they're seeing?
this is
This is Trumpistan.
this is something that's out of a movie or something. I don't.
No, it isn't, asshole. This is reality. This is what your president fomented. This is what the guy you've been carrying water for just asked for. Literally, this is what, 45 minutes after his speech?
This is like a third world country.
It's a second world country.
Of course, what Trump said happened.
Now they're stealing furniture. By the way, if you'll notice, the Republicans who've attacked the White House, or the Capitol rather, are stealing furniture. You know, well, it's the people's house, right?
So this election was a lot of a third world country.
Yeah, it's not really that the way these people. It's a freaking lamp. It's not that the way these people are acting is the thing of a third world country. Did you notice that? It's the election that was like a third world country.
Anyway, I'm really trying to be mindful that when they shoot off this tear gas, that I've got my.
You got your mask?
Well, no, but I got maybe something close to a mask. Wow, I don't. They're taking chairs out. Incredible.
And does anybody have an idea what this flag is? I can't get a clear picture of it. All I can see is the red X on it, and what this is. This isn't like a, like there's a lot of Trump flags, there's Confederate flags, there's American flags, and there's Gadsden flags. This nonsense. Hold on one second. I've got two. Does anybody know?
It's hard to find out who's helping who to go in that window right there. I don't know if that's. I'm assuming that's, Trump supporters climbing the window. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yes, we're climbing the windows.
Wow.
Yes, we're climbing the windows. It's good. All right, here we go.
I'm in the window. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yes, we're climbing the windows.
Wow.
We're fighting.
Yeah, this is.
People like you.
Yeah. People are angry.
Yes, we're climbing the windows. We're fighting people like you. Yes, people are angry. Can you imagine this dude going, "Oh shit, these people have been watching my channel and all this stuff, and this has what come." Oh, it's the Florida state flag. I see.
We are very angry. We are very angry. We came all the way from all over the world. I'm from Israel. Yeah, so we're here because this is. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Don't get me wrong. Israel is following the same path, same money, same people, but I've never seen anything like that. So
we've got a Trump supporter with a Trump patch on her fur-lined leather biker vest and a Palestinian neck scarf. Is that what we're doing?
He won it by a landslide. There is no chance.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, they know that.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Everybody.
Nobody's celebrating. They're not celebrating. He canceled the inauguration. That was his He supported black.
He canceled his inauguration. That's the and she was just about to point to the giant inaugural stands that they were standing
Lives
on.
Matter protest, but he canceled the inauguration. Why? Because nobody really. There's no voter.
Because there's a pandemic going on, and we're losing over 3,000 people a day.
It's the biggest scam America's.
Well, God bless.
Well, not as big a scam as that fur jacket. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to say, I don't think that's haute couture.
Thanks for coming out here.
God bless America. God bless America.
Thank you. Well, wow.
So she just had him just confirm for him that these are Trump supporters climbing, bashing windows, destroying property, fighting with Capitol Police. He was just selling that whole story. Like that, it's not, this is Antifa. I've heard that there's Antifa in there. And she's like, nope, not at all.
Oh, came over here from Israel. And of course, this is what you see in a lot of these third world countries. You see a revolt. You see a protest of the people who
Yeah, so maybe they're doing it right.
who clearly are fighting for freedom.
Right. I mean, really, he's now third world countries are good.
And they feel like their freedoms are being jerked away. And if you
Yeah, you're jerked away.
don't stand up and fight and show resistance, perhaps it gets taken away
What?
even quicker. I mean, this is
What? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Right side media. If you don't stand up and do this, it'll get taken away even quicker. Because it hadn't been so far.
something. Wow. I'm just going to take a moment, let you listen into the sights and sounds as we kind of regroup.
Yeah, you try to figure out what the fuck you're going to say because you just recognized that you were fomenting violence on the air.
And look around. So
There's a lamp.
listen.
Oh, the shade fell off the lamp. Someone yelling Biden is a pedophile because, of course, he has Ghislaine Maxwell Epstein, Alan Dershowitz on speed dial. And, oh, wait, no, that's Trump. Sorry. Okay, so needless to say, this continues for a little while longer. They bash their way in. He keeps filming. They're filming like... And by the way, I would like to say for the record, as scary as this gathering of assholes is, spattering of human beings. This is all of Trump's crowd from that earlier thing where he was saying there are hundreds. He thought there was 250,000 people there. There are not 250,000 people. Yes, they are looting. This is what? Same 8 to 10,000 that were at the stupid, fight for the right party or whatever that they had. We want Trump. He's not in the building. He's down the street hiding in a bunker.
Now they're champing, we won't go.
Now they're champing. They're champing. Hey, champ. Thanks, champ.
And I honestly, that was
I wouldn't go either.
one of the first questions I asked when we came out here. I don't see how you disperse this crowd.
I have a couple of ideas. I know exactly how you do it. They just don't have the personnel to do it. They'll get to it. Oh, and they have.
I just don't see how you do it. And to think that the very steps that we're standing on right now is where state dignitaries, guests of the president, Congress, Senate, this is where they all assemble for inauguration.
And there's at least one maggot taking a shit on the steps right now.
That entryway that they're breaking into is actually where the president would walk out.
Weird. So they need to go back and get Biden's electoral points finished now. They're going to do it after at 6 o'clock after they've dispersed. So they should be doing it right about now. After dispersal, they're all going to go back to work and do this. Yeah. They're not leaving.
I mean, this is the very spot that inauguration happens, and the fact that we're standing here protesting is
Rioting and fomenting terrorism.
Incredible. I would never have thought that this would happen. Never.
I thought that guy was like saying something profound, but he's actually just like, okay, we have a lost child. He's in his mid-30s. He's looking for his mother. That's what he calls his wife because he wants to be the next Mike Pence.
Are you for us or against us?
Are you kidding me? Will we recover from this? Folks, we're going to recover from this. We've recovered from worse. We'll recover from this. Seriously. This like storming bunch of jagoffs are not going to bring down the union. It's not going to happen, okay? Look, this is awful. Awful things have happened. These people are assholes. There were elements where the Capitol Police should have been more prepared. There maybe even been a couple of Capitol Police who were sympathetic and allowed these people to get closer than they should have because he thought, oh, well, the president wants this. We have a presidential order, right? Oh, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate that. Thank you, absolutely. We're of course gonna recover from this. Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? It's just sad. It's sad and gross and pathetic, and these people are assholes, but at no point is that group of assholes going to bring down the United States. Come on.
It's okay. It's okay.
That guy, see, that guy knows. It's too late. They already got a shot of his face, and we've got his gloves and hat, and he matches. That's good coordination.
Thank you.
This dude, Make America Great Again hat, got his goggles. He's expecting tear gas.
I just don't know.
This guy, obviously, they were supposed to pick him up after school, and now they had to bring him.
How these people are getting inside, man. That's incredible. Yes, sir. We're right side broad.
I'll tell you how. They're breaking the window and crawling through and pushing back and not getting fired upon because they're unarmed. And people are afraid that if they fire on somebody, the crowd outside will storm the place and it'll become even worse and they'll have to kill more people.
Kesson, we're live right now.
All right,
no problem,
Jeff Collison.
It's a good question to ask. And a lot of people have asked it, Amy, so I'm just answering it in the broadest sense.
Nebraska here representing. Just want to stand here. Thank you so much.
Sorry, what's his name?
Nebraska.
Yes, sir. We're right side broadcasting. We're live right now.
All right, Jeff Collison.
Jeff Golson?
Nebraska here representing. Just want to stand here. Thank you so much. Right side for all you're doing. You just keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
There you go. As a listener. Oh, thank you very much, Lorenzo. Thank you. What?
Wow.
I love it. They're like, we're filming the cops. We'll show you. 616. I know, crazy.
It's amazing that people were able to break in the Capitol. I'm just
Yeah, it's pathetic. Yeah. So here's more. We'll jump ahead with it. Like
above the surface there, and it really, I mean, these people have zero fear up here. Look.
Yeah. Why would they be afraid? And by the way, this chick's still around. She's worked her way up.
Look at even the rise. Look at the media risers, Joe. Take a look at that. People have climbed the media risers, which, to be honest with you, that's probably the safest place out here.
No, it isn't.
You're kind of isolated in front of the crowd here, but this is.
I'm here because this is the last resort. It was statistically impossible to lose this election.
It was statistically impossible. You heard the president just said this. Look, I'm repeating exactly what I was told 45 minutes ago by the president of the United States. Then I walked down here and I'm basically adding meat to this pile so that people can get in there with a pipe bomb. America first.
And there's just nauseating amounts of fraud. It is not.
It's nauseating. It's sickening. It's disgusting.
Not being heard or seen. And we
You feel invisible, do you? I'm sorry, I can't. Are you there?
really have nothing left.
Where do we go from here?
Now that all of our children are growing up And how do we spend our time?
I'm not quite sure, but
I would suggest a job fair.
I'm not leaving until we all know what we're going to do.
That's been one
Okay, all right. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go home.
of my biggest questions when I first got here is how does everybody get resolved and go and leave?
We don't leave. We stay united, and we take back our country.
That's right. We're going to take it back. You know, we tried, our country, of course, meaning the Confederacy. Thank you, Mick. Thank you so much.
Well, God bless. And once again, if you...
That dude is just like a BTK waiting to happen. This is like serial killer Khan. Seriously, like, what? Congratulations, FBI. Every nudnik wannabe serial rapist and next, beta grade Unabomber has all decided to gather in one place for you to photograph and thumbprint. Get at it.
If you're watching this right now and you happen to know Caden, and once again, what's his full name again?
Caden Gottfried.
All right, Caden.
Oh, they're looking for somebody?
Godfrey, your dad's looking for you.
Oh shit! This asshole lost his child at this event.
And we take back our country.
And then what?
God bless.
And then we find our lost child.
Once again, if you're watching this right now and you happen to know Caden, and once again, what's his full name again?
Caden Gottfried.
All right, Caden Godfrey, your dad's looking for you. We're up here, so we appreciate it. Is that Caden? I don't know. All right, no. All right, so we just thought, as a parent, I'm a parent as well, and I couldn't imagine if I couldn't find my kid.
Thank you. I was so worried about the president that I lost my fucking child. Are you kidding me? Look at this asshole. How dare you tell the rest of the country that voted during a pandemic, took every possible care, are behaving themselves as decent human beings, how to live our lives and run a country and have a civilization when you can lose your kid in a crowd of masked adults. Think about that for a second. Think about that. This asshole lost his kid in a crowd of masked grown-ups in an open space where there need be no exit plan.
Kids out here as well. Oh man.
Oh, it's terrible. We just got...
This is not how I thought we would spend.
Yeah, trying to find a lost infant.
January 6th.
Yes, that was Alan Parsons.
In our nation's capital.
What'd you say?
All right, we're going to do a battery switch on this camera here in a second. So if we dip to black for a couple seconds, don't be alarmed. We'll come back.
No, I'm not alarmed. I'm not alarmed. Go ahead, dip to black. And people using flash.
To come as far as we see here, to stop at the door.
Stop at the door. They're stealing a door. To steal a door.
To be peaceful, to have a sit-in. I got a cough, hang on.
Right.
Son of a bitch. This dude has COVID. Listen to this asshole. First of all, we need to go in the door, which they're stealing the door, and go have a peaceful sit-in. And then he has to cough. And listen to this dude's cough. Listen to it. Listen to the tone.
To be peaceful, to have a sit-in. I got a cough, hang on.
Right.
That's a straight up COVID lung inflammation cough. Listen to that. That is...
To have a sit-in. I got a cough, hang on.
Right.
Hear that squeeze in there? They're stealing a door. This dude is coughing COVID all over right side. I mean...
All right. So what we see now, this is the biggest escalation I've seen.
And by the way, Here's a police officer who's pushing back on this. And what are they doing? They're shining lights in their face. What are they trying?
That's a less than lethal round. Pepper balls. And they're pointing them at the crowd. So I can't advocate for anybody to enter the Capitol. I can't advocate for any type of armed resistance. Peaceful.
There you go. Now they're throwing fireworks?
Protest is what we should be doing. If we weren't trying to get in and everybody just sat down and occupied this space, they would not be having this type of thing. And one thing I saw is one time they repulsed all the people who were in the little gateway there. I had on a 360 GoPro. I haven't had a chance to look at the footage. But one police officer came out with that crew. He was being pushed out with the scrum.
Okay, you better.
And I saw him. And
hang on a second.
okay.
You need to stop and cover your mouth.
I'm good.
No, you're not going to be good here.
All right.
Here it comes.
Take a deep breath. Cover it. Close the eyes.
Oh, by the way, this is a good time to remind everyone that the asshole who told us that we don't know how to run democracy and that the country was being stolen by a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing and that it was a crime and all that kind of stuff has lost his child in this environment. This is happening. This guy doesn't know where his child is. Think about that for a second. Imagine as a parent, you don't know where your kid is. You brought them to this shit. Oh, we found Caden. He was trampled by a bunch of overweight maggots LARPing as patriots.
We gotta go. We gotta go. Oh yeah, we're gonna walk out of here.
I don't see how this ends. I don't even know how they're gonna clear this area out. I don't know. Let's get out. Let's go. Let's get everybody out. I love how this guy's video literally started with, I don't even know how they would even presume to. Keep it coming. Double it up. Let's double the smoke. There we go. Everybody's like, orderly down the steps. Everyone. Patriots in a line. Do not fire on peaceful protesters who are amongst a group of people who are smashing their way into the Capitol building and are not stopping them in any way and are also dressed exactly as they are dressed and are supporting them and yelling obscenities at police officers. We are peaceful. Let me stand here until those people move back and it is my turn to bash windows. Get the hell out of here. So many goddamn cameras at protests nowadays, and they're all sweet. Is everybody filming this? Put your goddamn phone down. What kind of revolution is this? The revolution will be swiped to the right. I am comedically worried for that child, only that in my estimation, more than likely the child is smarter than his father and has made his way away from the center of violence. Fingers crossed, we hope. Jesus. Oops. What was this? Oh, did my headphones die? What happened?
All right, we'll make it.
I have to say, I did not have Right Side Media gets tear gassed on my bingo card for today, but I'm for it. It's like one of those automatic wins.
You all right, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good. Keep going.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
This is great. This is like being stuck on the brand new ride line at Patriot Disneyland. Have you gone on MAGA tear gas cars yet?
You're okay. Keep going. You're okay. Calmly move. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. We're good. All right, guys. We're good. We're just making our way out of here. I've had enough of this.
Thank you, David. I've had enough of this. Oh, no, you have not. Excuse me, Right Side Media. Get your ass back up there. I'll tell you when you're done. Did you not hear Caden's dad? You will leave when you have won and you have reclaimed your country, and you will not leave beforehand. What kind of standards do you have?
We're going to take our coverage out to the lawn.
Yeah, I think that would be best. That's what the Allied forces did when confronting the Nazis. They took it out they took the coverage out to the lawn.
We won't be.
It was, instead of yelling retreat, they said take the coverage out to the lawn. Right.
Subjected to. Whoa! Hey.
Don't go down. Don't go down, man.
No, we got our microphone. There we go. Sorry.
You're stepping on our equipment, bro. Whoa. This is expensive.
All right, guys.
Lady.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh, it's terrible. This is the worst. I mean, this is Gettysburg. I don't even know how. No, the dad did not say the age of his son. And hopefully he is, bigger than a bread box.
We're going to take our coverage back to the lawn because this is not a safe space to be at this point.
Oh my God! Now the right wing is crying for safe spaces. What's happening?
We need to.
Hey, thank you, Fresno. Thanks.
Okay.
Let's go. Oh, this is kind of the view I had at my at Monsters of Rock at Alpine Valley when I was 16. Basically, this is the view. It wasn't bad. I was down on,
Take it slow.
Take it slow.
Take it slow. Don't push. Don't push.
Hang on. I got my microphone. Hang on, guys.
Hey, it's a revolution, but this is no time for rudeness. Nobody pushing.
Hang on.
Take it slow.
Oh, I got to try. All right, okay, you got it straight ahead. Let's just get out of this area.
Nothing says MAGA like walk, don't run.
All right, guys, if you're just now joining us, we are live.
We're live in a hallway
at the Capitol. We are
in the middle of a roller disco.
Making our way. Oh, we're making our way. We're making.
Hey, man, you cannot be a wuss about tear gas when you're walking past the Rambo Trump flag. Did you guys see it? It's right there.
From these steps, because we have got to get out and get some.
They got the Rambo Trump flag, and you're coughing. Yeah, every open air concert.
Fresh air and get away.
Grab the police over the inside.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, everybody. Sorry, my bad. Hold on.
My eyes are burning right now.
Oh man, how do you even do it?
Absolutely.
This is Pulitzer Prize winning retreat.
Spraying pepper spray at the crowd, and this is where.
And we, like all patriots, turned tail and ran our asses off as quickly as we could to the lawn, so we could film the retreat.
That hurts.
Hi there. That's what the guy looks like, by the way. That's the right side dude.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Man, it was rough. Tell us. Tell the mountain man. Tell Ted Kaczynski, too, right to your right.
Oh, guys.
Oh, okay. And the Grim Reaper is here. That's adorable. Biden crime family t-shirt and a skull mask. Adorable. Gadsden flag. American flag with only 13 stripes. Okay. I guess one for every one of the seditious 12 and Josh Hawley.
There's still probably a couple thousand people here, I would say.
There's 1,000 or so.
I'm just glad we're away from those the bleachers. That was tough, guys. I got to say that.
Yeah.
That was a very tight space to try to operate from, and when things got crazy, there's nowhere to.
You can't get a good angle.
Go.
Oh man, First my Floby breaks, now this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Whoa. That was good. Here you'll see your moment of toughness.
Yeah. Yeah. Go. Thank you.
I like you right side guys. You guys do good work. I didn't realize you'd be such a wuss though. You look kind of like a wuss. Like normally, I'd probably put you in a chokehold and squeeze your tiny little neck till I became mildly aroused, and then I would blame you for it. Good job, right side.
All right, let's move to the front, see if we can get a better.
Yeah, dude, go to concessions for a little while. This band sucks.
Better. Huh? Where do you want to go?
No, let's just go.
Yeah.
Home. Home. I want to go home. Can I go home?
All right. Let's move away. Let's maybe let's go and get a little different vantage point. I'm not sure where that would be.
Yeah, go. Normally when the concert's rough and I don't particularly like the band, I'll either go to concessions or look at the merch and then come back, and maybe if I'm lucky I can get a place next to the speakers on the guitar player's side, because you don't really need to be close on the bass player's side. Those bass waves will hit you anyways.
This seems to be a kind of a safe space right here.
That's what they've been seeking this whole time. Safe spaces with Kyle from Right Side. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We found a tiny little tunnel down a little back area out on the lawn where we feel completely safe from the revolution that we were a part of fomenting. People are angry.
But boy, that got violent really quick, and that
Did it? It got violent really quick. A woman was shot inside, you fuckwad.
that went from they were tolerating a lot of the protests and violence.
Ah, he almost said violence. Did you hear that?
Went from they were tolerating a lot of the protests and violence. Violence protests from the supporters here, but then that really switched when they decided to do a couple
not tolerated anymore.
Blasts with that tear gas and pepper spray, and that really changed the momentum. As you can see,
yeah, totally buzzkill, bruh. Man, you know what I mean? Like we were up there, we were rocking and rolling, and then a little bit of tear gas. By the way, I've been tear gassed. I don't know if you ever, and I don't mean pepper spray. I mean military tear gas canister. Little side note, since we were kind of mildly talking about concerts, some of you may know this story, but I was at one of Korn's first shows in LA. There's a club on Santa Monica Boulevard that changes what kind of club it is every night. So there'll be like a drag show one night, and then a rock, like heavy metal show, and then the next night it'll be like burlesque, and it just like, and then people could rent it out for events. It's a very weird club. Anyways, so my friend was like co-managing them at the time, and Jonathan had just joined them. Their current singer. They had another singer, and that guy was too much trouble, and so they got a new singer. And this is one of their first gigs together in LA, showcasing for the label and all this other stuff. So we go to the show, and there's a mosh pit, and it's pretty cool. And I've entered the mosh pit and come back out, and I'm standing back on this kind of wall of people just at the edge of the mosh pit, because if you're not in it, to win it, where are you? And Korn, and it's not even far. There's like maybe 8 feet of people between me and the stage. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I'm like, did I get a whiff of somebody's cigarette? What the hell? And I was having such like a it must be me moment. I thought somebody was holding a cigarette like just by my head, and it was I just got a deep whiff of cigarette smoke, right? Right? And then I looked down the row of people that are on the edge of the mosh pit, and everyone is having the same moment that I'm having, not realizing what's going on. Everybody is going, is it me? It's so LA. Like, it was the most LA moment I've had. Besides somebody wanting a picture with me, and the only person that was there to take it was Paris Hilton, and she was really pissed that someone wanted a picture with me and not her, and went, click. That was pretty LA. But I'm standing there, and I'm going, and I look at everybody, and everybody's going, and then I look down on the floor, and there's a tear gas canister spinning and smoke starts coming up out of the floor. And then in an instant, everybody realizes what's up and everybody goes out the door. And everybody's like spitting and throwing water in their faces and all this stuff. And it turns out this girl had come to the show and her dad was in the military or was a prepper. We never got a full story. But what was concerned for her safety. And he meant to give her mace or something like it. But what he gave her was a military issue tear gas canister. So mace you can spray and it's done. You can turn it off, you hold it, and that's how long it sprays. This canister, click it, and it stays open and sprays nonstop. It's a click throw, right? That's how this thing works. You push it down, it starts to seep a little. It's like a grenade, and it gives you a couple of seconds, and then you throw it, and then it starts to really go. So she'd gone like that, and it was pitiful, pitiful, pitiful. And then she was like thunk like that because somebody in the mosh pit was bumping into her. And yeah, that's right. CSL. And so she just dropped it on the floor, and then it just went apeshit. This was in LA, yes. So I was 4 feet from that canister. So honestly, this right side asshole who was 35 feet from it can kiss my ass.
We got the Capitol Police that's
and I was inside.
lined up there. They are ready. They are absolutely.
Yeah, get over it when worse than Belfast riots. Yours aren't that tough. Oh, thanks. What is there? Do they? Is it true that tear gas in Belfast has a slight Irish whiskey kind of a flavor to it? They keep it in an old oak barrel until it's time to use. They just smash an oak barrel.
Absolutely ready to come down, and I feel like they probably would.
They would? You think they might? You think they're not stationing to get the order to push you assholes out, and that the other people are gathering around the other exits to start taking your names and your IDs? You don't think that shit's about to start?
I had a moment's notice.
There won't be a moment's notice. You won't get notice. You'll just see them start to move. And by the way, maggots and Trumpsters are screaming stuff at police, calling them assholes and that kind of stuff. So jump ahead till they start.
We marched to Capitol Hill, and then at about 2 o'clock is when things kind of went sideways.
Oh yeah, you mean when your supporters and the Trump supporters started pushing into the Capitol illegally, carrying packs with God knows what into them, brought long guns in and got a woman killed?
As far as...
Did I hear what guy said, CBU? Hold on.
We marched to Capitol Hill, and then at about 2 o'clock is when things kind of went sideways as far as in kind of peaceful assembly, and that's when we retreated, when we lost our signal, but now we're back, and I'm not sure. Hey, I don't know, Joe. I don't know how much closer we want to go from here, though. I don't know. I can't.
Don't get any closer. This is not a safe space. Okay, let's see if there's any more of them pushing back on this stuff. Oh, there he is. Let's hear let's give us a wrap up, dude.
We do this. BLM Antifa can blow up buildings, do whatever they want, but we come here holding Blue Lives Matter signs, and we get shot with rubber bullets. I saw a 7-year-old girl get pepper sprayed. Yeah. I'm done with this.
You saw a 7-year-old girl get pepper sprayed. Did you now? 7. Why in the world is someone trying to breach a building with a 7-year-old girl? What, are they using her as a battering ram, you dick? Why don't you just make up more bullshit stories? We're coming out here with Blue Lives Matter crowd. Listen to this. Watch that dude's recording his own shit. Look at that.
Where?
Oh, these are going to be good. Hold on. I want to hear what she has to say.
To do what we did. I agree.
They stole an election. We're supposed to take it back.
Yeah, they stole an election. We're supposed to take it back. The president sent us to take it back.
I agree. And
when the government steals the government, It's in the Constitution. We are to take it back.
Yeah, when the government steals the government, when the government steals the government, we are supposed to take it back.
Where were they? Were all the riots all summer with BLM and Antifa? I didn't see any of these
BLA?
guys. Correct. Any of them. Correct. With complete impunity, they rioted in all these cities, burning down businesses, doing whatever they wanted. Yep. We come here to peacefully protest or do what we had to do. There's a coup.
To do what we had to do, you know, smashing windows.
Against our country, and they do this. BLM.
Wait, to protest a coup against the country.
There's a coup against our country, and they do this. BLM Antifa can blow up buildings, do whatever they want.
BLAIM.
But we come here.
That's Black Lives Matter and the American Indian Movement have formed a thing.
Holding Blue Lives Matter signs, and we get shot with rubber bullets. I saw a 7-year-old girl get pepper sprayed. Yeah. I'm done with this country. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun in, where are you going? You're done with this country? Where are you going? Where is he going? Where do you think? Is he moving to Canada? I'm sick of this.
Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, that was what...
I mean, it's like, it's almost as if they're parroting back to us the very things we say on this dumb fucking network, and then people are getting shot, and it's almost like it's our fault. But I can't say that because, oh shit.
One of the things I heard earlier, that during the summer, you saw police stand down to a lot of protesters, and of course...
You mean like the ones they let in here?
Now, Capitol Police have confronted in the way that they've done today. And
sorry, did the protesters that weren't arrested, by the way, did any of those people storm a federal building when our government was in process?
It is a sad day in our country right now.
That's true.
And as you can see, a lot of people
got that guy. Let's see, there's that guy. Okay,
are leaving.
As long as we're getting good, solid face scans of all these people, I guess.
And to be complete...
Thanks, Brightside. Do you just work directly with the FBI and the CIA, or...
Completely honest, I would not be up on those bleachers right now either. I think the Capitol...
Yeah, probably snipers with pepper ball long rifles.
Police, they're done playing around. I think...
Yeah, they were playing before.
They're going to... this place. Let's see if we can get up on these risers right here. This seems like a fairly...
I would get up on these risers. The cops are probably done, and they're going to disperse. Let's get up on these risers.
Safe place to be. Yeah, you want to go up on this one?
Look at this. Look at this. It's bad enough
get up on these risers.
Who the fuck is bringing their dog? You don't bring pets to an insurrection? We will fight our revolution. We will fight our... No, get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. No. No. We will fight for the Constitution. He's humping my leg. He's humping...
right here.
Please.
This seems like a fairly...
Can somebody...
safe place to be.
Sparky, no. No.
Yeah, you want to go up on this one? Okay, the next one. Okay, we're going to try to find a safe...
Can't see anything back
space
there.
To...
This dude is all about the safe spaces. You complete wuss.
Somewhere that we will be out of any type of...
Oh, did they pull all of Trump's tweets? What do you do? Dude, what do you... What?
Line of stampede or...
Uh-oh, there's OAN eating your shit.
All right, just bear with us as we...
Yeah, right side, get up there.
Don't...
Just get over here. Thanks, Lee. Sure. What are you doing shooting asses for? You're the Christian side. You're the... What is this? Don't shoot. What are you shooting asses for? This is not that kind of revolution.
All right. All right, there we go. More flashbangs, more pepper spray.
And the rockets.
Tear gas.
Captain's log.
I gotta let mine.
Too much. How are you tonight?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. I feel pretty good or whatever. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm
good
in a
to see you
space.
guys.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
And I'm really glad.
I'm at work one day and I go to get dismissed.
Somebody just said, and I'm really high at work one day, and
I'm really glad.
I'm at work one day and I go to get dismissed.
literally. That did you hear that guy? And I'm really high at work one day, and I.
And I'm in the aisle. I'm in the store every day. I know the whole store.
Yeah, they're brooming everybody out.
And they were out of dust masks. I asked the woman. I said,
We have moved to this riser area. Seems like it's a little safer space to be at this point.
Jesus, dude, let it go. Honestly, how many times have we had to endure over the last 4 years stories of like, liberals are always looking for a safe space? It's the liberals are always the safe spaces. Why do you need a safe space? Your safe spacing. This guy has said safe space more times
We do not.
in the last few minutes than I think any college LGBT group has ever, even when they had a debate about the worthwhile nature of having one on campus.
Want to be anywhere near those bleachers.
Yeah, that's not a safe space. United States of America. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, you can yell that. You know the United States part's the rough part.
Still, a lot of people here right now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Let me see.
On the ground level here. And like I said, I've been here for months. I've watched them build this thing since, November. So
yeah, it's like almost like our friggin' country was supposed to continue. Oh, Twitter just locked Trump's account? Sweet! Bye-bye. That's awesome. Hold on. Let's see if that's sweet. Hold on. Did it, let's see. There we go. As a result of the unprecedented ongoing violent situation in Washington, D.C., we have required the removal of three real Donald Trump tweets that were posted earlier today for repeated severe violations of our civic integrity policy. They just full-on took them down. These scoundrels are only toying with the Senator David Perdue, a great guy vote. Just didn't want to announce quite yet. They've got as many ballots as are necessary rigged election. Again, what? He's still got this one. Even Mexico uses voter ID. Jesus Christ. Nah, his account's still up. They just dumped 3 of the tweets that he put up earlier.
Share this broadcast. I'd like to get as many people watching it as possible.
Yes, to share my broadcast of their broadcast so that they can deal with the fact that even though they think they're in a safe space, I'm messing with them. Yeah, so now's a good time to join Twitter, actually. Yeah, they took down the video. I could show you guys that if you want.
The wind has picked up.
They froze it? Oh, he's locked it, so he can't tweet anymore. Gotcha. So the last one was 4 hours ago. So this is, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. And they just stopped anything from coming through here. That passed this one. So it's been 4 hours since he's tweeted. Ah, glorious.
Up here, I will say that
none of these people are checking their phones, though.
We got a wind at about, out of the north, blowing about 15. It's a little good. The winds have picked up, so if that means anything as far as when a tear gas is shot, it is going to blow quite a bit after being
yeah, it's going to blow, dude. All right, let's jump ahead because
contested and
these are patriots.
Would disregard those electors and we'd go a different path to a presidency, but that did not happen today.
No, and it's not going to happen, asshole. Go the fuck home.
Those events were stopped by what you're seeing now.
Yeah, they were in the process of giving you what you wanted, and you screwed the pooch.
Massive.
Again, this goes along with, I suppose, what Rick Wilson says, which is everything Trump touches dies. But can we be abundantly clear? Trump screwed this up. any chance he had of some sort of like stopping the electoral vote and having 10 days and them kind of going, well, it's, in balance and fairness because the other votes, blah, 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 and the other people who voted for Trump, we should probably tiptoe around this. All that's friggin' gone, right? Oh, thanks, Aiden. That's awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to if you subscribe to RSBN, they've got 300,000 views of this nonsense. And I'm one of them. This is depressing. But there is no point where, over the course of the next week or so, or the next 24 hours, that they actually go through with all this objecting and shit. They're going to go, tonight at 8 o'clock, they're going to go, stop fucking around. It's a waste of time. It's not going to amount to anything. And you're going to get another person killed.
Rally here at the Capitol. And
it's not a rally. It's a terrorist insurrection. Fuck off.
They did breach inside the Capitol, and we have
which would not normally be something that right-wingers would refer to as a rally.
A report that one girl was shot in the neck. Have seen eyewitness video of this that's been circulating, so I don't have an age, don't have a name.
Yeah, like everybody else, we all watched a woman die today because of this bullshit, which is going to amount to fuck all. It never was going to change anything. None of this is going to change anything. All these assholes, the ones that don't go to jail and end up aging in prison, are going to age and waste everybody's goddamn time and tell war stories about how they were at the Capitol for freedom and their entire family's going to ignore them at Thanksgiving dinner. And the Republicans that are in there now are either going to try to, like, oh, well, that's not the kind of thing I was going. I just want freedom and blah, blah, blah. They're going to try that story for a while, and then they're going to lose their goddamn seat.
Certainly, but one person was shot inside the Capitol, and I can only guess that we've had some arrests here so far today. I can't imagine that no one has been arrested.
13 so far, and a bunch of other people have been scooped up.
Yet, but just a very disturbing scene here on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, you think this is disturbing. You should have seen a moment ago when the guy talking was on camera and we had to look at his face while listening to this blather and looking at him. Jesus.
And to think that we were standing in the very spot.
Oh my God, just think. It could have been us.
Where President Trump and every president before him was inaugurated.
It's amazing that I stood there on that very spot. It's amazing that, that was incredible, guys. I was standing right on the point where the inauguration... Oh, wait a second. Jesus, these fucking... But at least you're in a safe space now. Right? Right, Richard?
Imaginable that happened in the same spot where...
Hey, fucknut. I got a great idea. Look. Hunter Biden's right behind you. Look over your shoulder. I'm kidding. It's not... By the way, instead of Where's Hunter shirts, how about some Where's Caden? The child that was lost that you're like, did we ever find that kid? Hey, did we find him? Fuck it. Never mind. Anyway, it's just a kid. Whatever. Who doesn't lose a kid at a giant gathering of adults of questionable integrity? Yeah, that's fine. Woman's dead. Can't find a toddler. For America.
President Trump was going,
What? Hold on, what?
Unimaginable that happened in the same spot where President Trump was going,
President Trump was what? Was once what? Inaugurated?
Okay, so we got more. It looks like we got some more police coming in there as well.
Hey, remember what I said about them flanking these assholes? Hey! It looks like we're being surrounded.
They're really ramping up the police presence here, which is not surprising at all because I said this when we first...
Psst, not a safe space.
First got here. I don't see how you disperse a crowd like this. I don't see how you do it. There's just too much going on. The emotions are high. You want to walk...
You mean besides shooting them?
Around here and talk to some people.
I'll tell you how. You start clearing in waves. You push them towards the cops over here. The cops grab anybody who looks violent as they're trying to leave. Some people slip through. What do you mean?
Well, maybe.
By the way, where is Trump going? I could call in the National Guard, but DC won't let me, and they could go through there like a knife through butter, like Minneapolis. I could call them in 20 minutes. They could do it easy, or they could do it real easy.
Watch your step there, Joe. Ooh.
Yeah, Joe, careful.
All right, as we go down.
A wired mic. It's 2021, man.
All right. Let's
This is an amazing group of patriots just wandering.
Yeah.
Look at these folks.
there's
that guy.
Brick's seat right there. All right, Brick. So we were talking, and of course we got hit with that pepper gas, and that was something.
Yeah, man. It's yeah. So I'm wearing my Stop the Steal hat, and I'm dressed like Trump's assistant manager at Walmart. And yeah, talk to me.
Else. Okay, so we were to continue our conversation. I am just absolutely beside my.
I don't know where Caden is. Have you seen a child named Caden? You know, because that's been on my fucking mind this whole time. Has anybody asked you, did you know if did our guys check with him as a media organization? Our other reporters? Have we talked to oh, right.
Myself that where we were standing and the significance of that spot and what we're seeing right now. And you had mentioned if it didn't get violent, we were just in a peaceful sit-in. This was nothing.
Yeah, if it wasn't Trump supporters, this would have been fine.
But hey, let's show up at the Capitol. Let's wait.
Let's show up at the Capitol. We'll help pedophiles disappear a child. We'll drink their spinal fluid later on, and we'll give the adrenochrome to Trump because he's convinced it'll help him get a boner. And I mean, we were talking about this last night at Olive Garden.
Wait, let's peacefully wait. But you're saying that Antifa-like characters are the one.
And okay, it's moved on from Antifa under the cover of dressing like maggots. And now they're Antifa-like characters
that initiated a lot of this violence.
Well, it was very interesting to see, like, they would get up and they would get on the windows and they'd start hammering on the windows, and other people would notice and start to pull them off.
Really?
So it's not the crowd was.
Really? Just like are they just doing Trump's hand jobs? What kind of pull-off are we talking about? I mean, are they cradling and working the shaft? What kind of pull-off?
Not behind these people breaking windows and going through. The initial people who broke the hammers were acting on their own. There was no call. Nobody was yelling, break the window.
Yeah, nobody's saying break the hammer.
Break the windows. And then somebody showed up with a hammer and started hammering windows. And it's someone with like a black hoodie, didn't look, I mean, what does a Trump supporter look like? But they, we all.
White, fat, huge gut, wearing camo, lonely, distant, confused look in his eye, asthma inhaler, and a gas mask. And all right,
we all have a way to identify ourselves. We have red hats, we have stickers,
yeah. So the red hats, yeah, absolutely. So anybody, okay, good. Anybody who's wearing a red hat or a patch or sticker that says Trump on it is in the Trump army. And
shirts, we have they had none of that. So
no, they didn't really, because I showed pictures earlier of people wearing Trump hats, and that Stop the Steal hat inside the Capitol building being violent.
I have my doubts as to whether or not they were actually.
Yeah, probably among us. We need some sort of an oath.
People who support President Trump fully, and people who voted for him, or if they are.
Yeah, but they feel the same way about you. If you're not crawling through a window, do you even revolution, bro?
Infiltrators here set to discredit the group of patriots who are here to support the president.
I'm with you, because you and I have seen enough Trump rallies. We know what a Trump supporter looks like, and we know that MAGA country is not going to go up there and create violence and initiate anything.
No, they would never ask for like a Second Amendment solution. They've never hung nooses or called for the death of Nancy Pelosi or, cheered as Ellen Wood said that Mike Pence should face a firing squad. They've never done anything like that.
So I think you're right on that.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. By the way, I loved you as Trump Dilbert.
And of course, it does kind of feed to the crowd, and then you get some people that emotions are high. Now, I get that, though, Brick. I know.
Yeah, totally. They're very high. Not as high as the president.
No, emotions are high right now.
Yes, absolutely. And, You know, the other thing,
like emotions are high. Just talk into the fuzzy thing while you're.
too, is it was a spontaneous thing. Maybe some people had a plan to do it, but not everybody did it. So,
yeah, it was a spontaneous. Just the president said, "Go, you have to fight. We're going to walk down there. We're going to stop the steal," which of course was in progress, and it would require us to fight, and it would be like a gladiator-like fight. Yeah.
So, however it started, it snowballed.
Trial by combat, I think, is what Rudy Giuliani said.
People started to participate, but there's no consensus about what the goal was.
Yeah. No. It lacked something. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Dear Patty, the lady that was shot in the neck today. Oh, okay, thank you for saying that. Neck today when they breached the Capitol. Oh goodness. I won't call for anybody being shot. I think, but that's going to happen. These people are responsible for her death. And okay, wait, back up to what this guy was saying.
People started to participate, but there's no consensus about what the goal was.
Yeah. You know what? The MAGA, group and everybody, the march, everybody, what was it missing? What's that word? Leadership. That's right.
There's no consensus about what should have happened other than people want to express their support for the president.
And some of them thought that they were going to have to storm the floor of the Senate and stop the steal. Stop the steal. They were there to stop the steal. Some of them even wearing hats that said what they planned on doing when they arrived physically at the Capitol, while what some of them alleged to believe was a steal was in progress.
And suppress their distaste for the way they feel the elections were run.
The distaste. It's not an election. You don't have red wine with an election. It's a white wine activity. Yes, distaste.
You know, I don't think that there was perfect information, too. Had everybody...
Yeah, I mean, you don't even know.
...known that... had everybody...
That the Capitol was a federal building and that it's owned by the taxpayers, and if you breach it, you'll go to jail.
...known that Pence had already dissolved the joint session. Yeah. I mean, I could see that on the other side, but I don't think everybody here knew that Pence had dissolved the joint session once we got to Arizona.
All right.
We need to go. Guys.
Yeah, we probably need to go.
Let's find a safe space. Pence had dissolved the listen to the language of this fuckhead. Dissolved the joint session.
It's not that bad. It's far away.
I'm still going to get it. I want to get where we're not.
Another dog. What's
getting flash bombed in my face.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
All right. So the police, as we anticipate.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Let's get out of here. Come on.
They're going to keep driving the crowds this way.
Gee, it's almost like when you said earlier, I don't know how you get rid of a crowd like this. It's playing out exactly like I fucking told you to. Let me explain something to you. A couple days ago, the house here has one of those mirrors that's attached to the wall just by those like 4 screws and the little brackets. But what's really holding the mirror to the wall was glue. The construction people glued it. So when I took the brackets off, mirror didn't come off. And it was like a piece of glass glued to the wall. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to like shimmy my fingers up and under the bottom and the top and try to yank it, because glass will explode all over the place and cut my face, and I'm not stupid. So what I did is I went to the hardware store and I bought a packet of shims, and I slowly tapped them in all around the exterior of it, right, that, so that it slowly started to come off. And then it was close to getting loose. I would hammer in parts of it even deeper, and in some cases I doubled up some shims to get them closer, and then the whole thing came off safely and no one was blinded. So what's going to happen here is they're driving shims in from this side, because this is the most important piece. You know, the top is the easiest, because if it comes off at the top, you have more time to grab it. So they go from this side, and then they surround it with shims under here and keep their fingers underneath it so that it won't fall and break and shatter all over. Yeah. So what they're doing here is they're moving in. They came in through the back of the Capitol and through the tunnels from the FBI, and they're coming this way, and then they got a bunch of people coming in this way that are going to triangulate and basically block off the roads, and as you assholes leave, they're going to take ID. That's right. They're going to check to see if you've stolen anything, because things were stolen. And by the way, the description of the person we're looking for fits you. MAGA hat, dressed like Trump, ran off with a chair from the senator's room. That kind of shit. I don't know if they found the child. I don't think they give a fuck.
Because they want us away from
yeah, from democracy.
From the steps there. So we're going to back away where we have a little bit more. Well,
At least for a little bit.
He's like, stop and talk to these people. He's like, I'm not stopping and talking. This is not a safe space, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm not taking another tear gas to the face anymore. Let's see if we can get up here and give you a good vantage point here.
Yeah, just get back up. I'm not getting another pepper ball in my face. I don't write the news. I just report it.
Okay, we gotta go. Let's go. We gotta roll. Okay, we're gonna turn around.
By the way, how many disappearing kids does the right have to be responsible for? 8,000 at the border, 800 that were lost. This kid at this gathering that somebody goes, I don't know, there's a lot of finger pointing about pedophiles and child trafficking, and it always seems to be you guys that are making them disappear.
All right, watch the step there, Joe. We gotta go.
Yeah, beat it. Get out of
there. All right, we're gonna go.
I don't know how they're gonna clear this place out.
I'll stick with you.
All right.
Yeah, stay together, guys. Buddy system. You don't want to have what happened to you happen to Caden happen to you.
Okay. All right, there are like 20 people.
All right, so they're behind us. We're walking a pretty good pace to get out of here. I don't want to pull. You got it? You take this cord.
Go. Run.
All right, we are making
Get
our
away.
way. The Capitol Police are literally behind us, and they.
Oh no! We're gonna get pulled over.
They are not. I'm seeing some skirmishes right now.
Not skirmishes.
They are very serious about clearing out this area. They are not. I think for now.
Really? Why would that be?
I think they've had enough.
Oh yeah, continuity of government. Not having our Congress and our Senate become the House and the Senate members be in danger of being killed by the citizenry, while foreign countries that want to destroy us would gladly give them a hand. I can't imagine why they would be what a strange type of situation. What are the cops even doing here? Are there free donuts?
Enough?
I think they've had enough. And we had to have, we saw, they were not ready for it.
Whoa, Trump chief of staff resigns? Really? Did that really happen?
They had to bring in state police, they had to bring in military.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't.
That's amazing. Is Trump already in the shitting himself? Let's see. Mitch McConnell tells Scotty Trump to overturn 20. Okay, we saw that already. Really? Citation needed.
They probably weren't doing it from. They were bringing in reinforcements.
Now they're yelling traitors at the cops.
From a number of different federal agencies. I saw the cars on the roads bringing those people in. There was no preparation for this. And I can't say that I fault them because it's completely unprecedented.
Right. Oh, wow. All right, so we're going to get to the situation. We've got more steps coming down here, Joe.
Yeah, careful. It's not a safe space. There's stairs, guys. Kids, listen. Everyone gather. This is crazy. It's dark. We don't know where Caden is.
I'm just trying to keep our cameraman safe as well. As you can see, they're pushing back.
Melania just resigned, right?
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Joe, watch the stairs.
I got you.
Look out. More stairs.
All right. You want to go to the...
We're not holding shit. We're going.
Yeah. I am not holding... People
There's the cops.
We're saying let's hold ship.
Gee, I wonder how they're going to clear this area. I have no idea. It's almost like...
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Thank you very much.
I've been watching.
Love you, right side. I can't really see it because I got tear gas, but once we found ourselves in a safe space.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We love you too, but the cops.
Yeah, you hang on. You can hang on. You can hang on. You can hang on.
There. Let's go. Let's go. We're path. You got
Step again.
Step again.
All right, and step again, go.
Lost your what?
I think they're going to stop.
What did that person say? I lost my what?
Here.
All right.
I think we're at the edge of federal. I think we're at the edge of federal property.
I think we're at the edge of federal property. Yeah, and you're on D.C. streets after curfew, dickhead.
All right, so now we're on the edge of, I think, the perimeter here, and like you.
And they've done it. Look at that. It wasn't, I don't even know how I could possibly, how are they ever going to get these people out of here? They just did.
You said, Brick, this is kind of this is where the public space is anyway. This is
So
kind of where
dumb.
you can come on a regular basis.
That's correct. But keep in mind now that.
Yeah, you can regularly stand on the mall.
Let's get closer to the cameraman. Keep in mind that there is a curfew in D.C. at 6 p.m. Move back.
All right, we'll go. All right, we're moving back.
Move, fuckers, get out of. Move, MAGA, get out of the way. Move, MAGA, get out of the way.
All right.
Okay, I think we're good at the circle.
This isn't supposed to happen. We're not even black. Excuse me. Maybe it's my mask. I'm white. Look. That just, ow! I got a pepper ball. That's only for Jews. What are you doing? I'm clearly wearing a crucifix. I'm dressed as Kayleigh McEnany for a reason.
Because they won't have enough people at the circle.
Yeah. Oh, Melania's chief of staff resigns. That's good.
Step down.
She's going to need a new job anyways.
All
right.
They don't have enough people. This is interior lines, exterior lines. They've got enough people to block this stairway and push us off that. But behind us, we have a big traffic circle, so they can't extend any further.
Well, here's the bottom line. It's not us.
They can't even do this, bro. Some more terrorists have attacked LA City Hall. That's not surprising. Malcolm Nance called that.
Us versus them,
No,
though.
absolutely not.
I know,
I
but
believe they'll stop here for a while.
right. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Dude, they're not, tactically speaking, I've watched YouTube videos on this. If you notice,
Thank you. Good luck.
So I want to make sure these officers know that we're not necessarily, we're not against them. We just want to make sure.
No, we just want to set up a situation where we can distract them while somebody who's against them can either shoot them or hit them with something. That's just the goal. We just want to be part of the greater mob that makes their job harder for no other reason than to put them in a position where they can get killed. We're not going to attack them directly. We're supposed to just go wave at them and ask them questions so that this weird fucker right here who's giving us the stink eye can pull a weapon or drop a bomb near them. So we're not really fighting the cops. We're letting other people fight the cops.
Here we cover everything and
Where's your patriotism? You mean the part where they're guarding the Capitol with their lives? Which contains Republicans and Democrats? Where's your patriotism? Think about that for a second. Where's your patriotism?
all right.
Oh, now they're throwing stuff at the cops. There you go.
I don't like when they start throwing stuff. The police.
Get back.
Yes, get back. I see
Yeah, somebody threw toilet paper. Get back.
another push coming here.
Get ready. So, as I was saying before we had that last push, remember.
Yeah, before we had to and let's get a good shot of the guy with the Confederate flag sleeve.
Remember that the city of Washington has a 6 p.m. curfew. So we are now about to be off of federal grounds. And once everybody's going back to their hotels, they're going to be subject to the curfew of the city of Washington.
They're also going to be subject to questioning by Capitol Police as they go around to all the different hotels and go, "Hi, we're looking for this person. Do you know this person?" "No, I don't." "Can you sit down for a second? Can I talk to you?"
Bowser. Now, I believe that probably most of the MPD that's going to be responding to riots has probably already been pulled into service with the Capitol Police. I did see
You think?
a couple MPD police shields being thrown out, so I know that there are at least some of them that are in there.
Hype train. Thanks, guys.
But, you know, as long as when we finally leave here, we go back to our hotels, we don't stay on the streets. This isn't the time to stay out all night because the curfew has been lawfully.
First of all, we have a curfew. This isn't a safe space. Yeah, here's that, by the way. Stephanie Grisham, former White House Communications Director, Press Secretary, and current Chief of Staff for First Lady Melania Trump, resigns over the violent protests. Somebody wants a future in politics. You think? Submitted her resignation this afternoon. Didn't even wait. I guess one dead lady was enough. She wasn't waiting for this asshole to get a couple other people killed. That's good. Good for her. Not buying it. Sorry, but
declared, and you don't want to be subject to that.
Yeah, of course, we are the media. Media first responders obviously are exempt of that. But you're right. If you're
we can walk around and all this shit. We can film it and that kind of stuff, and hopefully we'll get some good footage of some of these people who are violating the curfew, killing someone or shooting them or beating them up and that kind of stuff, because that's some sweet footage. I mean, you can't really beat that at all or whatever. Thank you very much, Gina. Bless you.
watching us right now and you're out and about in the streets of D.C.,
yeah, that's what people do, walk around watching their phones in the middle of this shit. If you're in D.C. right now, what you're doing is you're watching right side on your phone.
Definitely go home because you could be arrested. It's time. You can get arrested. Did you ever think you'd be standing here today? I've said this maybe 20 times, and it's sad. I have to find myself to fight.
Yes, it's sad that you're standing there, an employee of right side media, fomenting violence against the state, engaging in propaganda for the insurrection, hearing words you've said yourself parroted back to you by people who mean to kill senators. For that, Republican senators, by the way.
Back tears a lot of the time because I feel like this.
Because you got tear gassed in the face and you're a complete wuss.
This is a very depressing time in our nation's history. I mean,
yes, you're very depressing.
We're watching our country slip away.
Are we? No, we're not. I'm watching my country hold fast against the lamest insurrection in political history. You guys stormed a fucking building, and you got pushed back by the local cops and the FBI within 2 hours. This is not 9 days in to the fucking Harlem riots.
Look, I'm sad that this is happening, but I don't know.
Yes, I'm sad that you're dressed like that in public as well.
We're seeing our country slip away. There's a certain number of people who feel that it's been stolen from us over time.
Yeah, about 6,000 of them, and they're all there, and they have no friends.
Slowly. This may be just people reclaiming their country.
No.
Reclaiming the vision of America that they feel is correct.
Yeah, that's better. They're reclaiming the vision of America, and they can sit at home with a bottle of lube and some tissue and reclaim that vision.
That the people in that building work for us. Mm-hmm. That laws are meant to be followed. That there aren't two standards. And I'm not...
And you're trying to create one.
Saying that, making any claims to the veracity, but of the vote.
Of what people are saying who have stormed the Capitol building and have gotten somebody killed today.
And if there was or not fraud.
But just in case, we are supporters of Trump, and he said there was, so we should storm the building, endanger lives, and get someone killed.
I think I wrote it down. The resolution.
Good. You don't want to free ball this. Thank God he wrote it down. I can't wait.
Resolution that was passed by Gosar said.
It's great. Let's hear it.
They objected on the grounds that not all of the votes or under known circumstances were
okay. Yeah, he's got COVID too.
Regularly given. So rejected on the grounds.
I'm glad he wrote it down. You guys, wait, back up. Did anybody write this down when he said it the first time?
Rejected on the grounds.
That.
Hard to read my writing in the dark.
Yeah, I understand. It's weird. It's hard to read my writing after curfew.
Right. On the grounds that not all of the votes were cast under regularly given circumstances. Not regularly given.
Under regularly given circumstances. More than enough reason to storm the Capitol and get a woman killed. Get a woman shot in the fucking neck, you pigs. You disgusting bastards. Look at these assholes. And the whole time he's walking up those stairs, he's like, yeah, I heard about her. I heard about somebody got shot. He mentioned it. He knows about it. And everybody was going, we got to fight. We got to take this back. It's like, yeah, people are mad. I understand. He's just like ginning this. He can't not.
Basically alleging that there are irregularities.
Yeah, and an allegation of irregularity is reason enough to storm the goddamn Capitol and get someone killed. You lost.
In how the votes were cast in the state. Not being specific, a very general statement.
Yeah, general statement, not being specific, because specifics are for causes that are specific.
Statement that they were not regularly given. And if that's going to be the next term that's banned on Twitter and Facebook, regularly given, let's remember.
yeah, totally, bro. Look, it's even funny. Look at that, regularly given. Yeah, they're probably not. You don't want to be able to say regularly given.
That those were the actual words used in the resolution of complaint in the joint session before it was adjourned by Mike Pence.
So what? What do you think those are going to be your she persisted? Like you're going to put that regularly given on the back of your jersey? Really? Regularly given? Well, how do you feel about being regularly taken?
Show the camera that way, Joe.
So to go back to what you're saying about,
Go back to what you're saying about people wrapped in flags carrying Trump banners threatening police officers.
I don't want to get too close, but there you go.
I still have.
I'm so sorry. I traded two people today.
You got room? I got you.
He's missing. If they hurt him, he's gonna die. And he had burned my.
All right. So they're getting a look at what the situation is right now.
Somebody lost her goddamn dog.
Now, obviously, a peaceful situation at this point, and there's no violence right here on this front line. Just the Capitol Police has just drawn the line. Capitol Police.
Patriotism.
Where's your patriotism? Again, as you guard the people's house while laws are being regularly followed that are full of Republicans and independents and Democrats protecting their lives with your life, whether or not you agree with them. Where's your patriotism? Thank you to everybody who's become a Patreon subscribers, by the way, and thank you to the folks on Facebook in the middle of this madness for the stars. The page got kicked off. I just noticed. Hold on, let me see if I can reload it because it's being weird. Reload the page. Yeah, it's like Facebook is frozen or something. It's very weird. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can do this. I'll do this. Yeah. Because for whatever reason it was just being a dick. There it is. Okay, the live dashboard's back up. But thank you guys for your support today.
And the twilight's last gleam.
Jesus Christ, it's the Eric Trump revolution. What are you doing? Oh, let's play a game of musical chairs with songs we don't even believe.
Are
we going to back away?
Really? Really? You fall back on falsetto on ramparts? You're never going to hit free. These assholes started in way too high a key. They've screwed the pooch. They're going to be chasing this. That's why as a man you go, oh, say, because you got plenty of room. You can't go, oh, say, can you see? Because you're going to by the time you get to free, you're going to blow a stick. Listen.
Are we going to back away?
or the ramparts. I'm sorry. This is the most... Really?
Are we going to back away? Head out?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a
I see Edward. Because I know what Edward looks like. Let's go. We're going to walk back that way.
Listen, they're running out of room.
All right, we're going to make our way back.
They are singing exactly like they planned. They started off thinking, I got this. And then they ran out of room and screwed them up.
Towards this way. It looks like that's, hopefully, by the grace of God, that is the extent of the violence that we might see tonight.
Why would you think that? Look at these assholes. They're all wearing the same outfits of the people who got that woman killed.
Hopefully, the ones here that want to basically escalate violence, hopefully they have left. And
those guys. You know, the thing about people who escalate violence is they're really good at following curfews, probably better than anybody.
That's just how tonight will end, like that.
I'm very. Thank you, Christina. I'm very disappointed that they moved away before we could hear them sing the word free. Oh, the land of the free. Oh my God, it's dead. He tried to sing free. He started in the wrong key. He started at B above middle C. I told him he's not an alto, and he sings a tenor note that high. He's gonna pop something. Somebody help him. I'm sure they're discussing the 25th Amendment. They've been discussing it for 2 months.
That's a scene, guys. We both been doing this a long time, and
who thought that in the last year where we've been fomenting all this violence on Right Side Broadcasting Network, where we've been trying to get everybody to just follow Trump's every word like he's friggin' Jim Jones, and when he says that, you know, we need to fight back and that we can beat them up, and if they tried anything, we would definitely destroy them, and you know, who could have thought that this would absolutely work out this way?
That is something that I don't think any of us have seen. 2021. This is how we're starting.
No. This is how we're finishing what's left over of 2020. This is not what 2021 is going to be like. You fuckers are going to jail or you're going home, and you're going to dick around for 3 or 4 months pretending Trump actually has something to listen to. But he absolutely today, with this rally and these followers, fucked his entire future for the next year and a half. Nobody's going to want to hear from this asshole.
Anyway, all right, so we've kind of pulled back.
Yeah, so good, guys. You need to pull back. Where's he pulling back to? Oh, and there's still time.
Yeah, like, you can't even filter enough air out for the tear gas. Like, it just gets you in the lungs. You can't cough it out. It's just, like, very arresting.
It's very, it's almost like it brings tears.
Honestly, like, I'm thankful they're not using tasers, but that's not an excuse to be using these measures.
Yeah. We were talking about...
What?
I'm thankful they're not using tasers, but that's not an excuse to be using these measures.
Yeah. We were talking...
Yeah, they should stick to tickling. We're white.
About this, they didn't do this during Antifa and all the riots, but against us. Do we want to switch batteries real quick? We're going to do that. Okay, we're going to take a quick.
Yeah, they did. Can we switch batteries? By the way, switch batteries is his excuse for getting away from people. Remember when Caden was missing and suddenly he had to switch batteries? Now he has to go and switch batteries. He did it up when they were moving back. He lies to people and says we have to switch batteries. That's the signal to dump out of any interview he doesn't want to finish. Just so you know. It wasn't hard to figure it out.
Break. We're going to dip into black, but don't worry, we'll just change. Yeah, We're just going to change batteries on the camera.
Give it a like. Oh, and she's drinking just a straight up beer. What's happening? Okay. And then they
You know, those
thank God, more of this
battleground states.
Right. I don't have, I mean, and literally my source is people coming by and saying, I'm reading this and this happened in Georgia.
Right.
And so I do not know if it's true or not, but
I'll say it anyways, just to make sure that there's a chance that, somebody else can get killed today based on rumor and conjecture from people who have confirmation bias, who've been scouring the internet for every turd Sidney Powell can drop, and they'll call it a Tootsie Roll and gobble it down.
given what I saw here today, it wouldn't surprise me.
Given what you saw here today, what are you talking about? What did you see here today?
Wouldn't surprise me as well. If you would, please...
What wouldn't surprise you?
I do not know if it's true or not, but...
Wait, I didn't get to hear the whole line.
I thought about that myself, of how many places...
transpired. And as I understand, I have unconfirmed reports that this may have happened in other states. People, and I don't know this
That's
for
a good
fact,
question.
Hold on, wait.
who weren't here at the Capitol, who wanted to come to D.C., they're going to get a really good picture of what transpired. And as I understand, I have unconfirmed reports that this may have had a good picture of
what that people couldn't get there to this thing, so they were denied their right.
Bit of room to move around. It's a very different situation.
Don't you worry, I got
We're going to let this go.
Yeah, why not? Jesus Christ, what a bunch of assholes. By the way, in case you missed it, this was his statement. It's a full-on minute. It's a goddamn waste of time. But let's cover it, shall we? This jerk-off, this is his... They said, you got to go out and say something and make sure these people stop this, right? This is what he was sent out. This is his solution. This is the video that has been taken down everywhere.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from...
Which is like, I know your pain. I know you're hurt. What?
It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially...
So please go down, and it's currently being stolen. So all your violence is completely worthwhile. I can't possibly expect you to not harm someone over the process. And yeah.
Especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want any...
Our people in Law and Order. Mariska Hargitay. Bells, the Belzer, Ice-T. Come on.
Anybody hurt? It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me.
Jesus Christ! How is this not more reason for them to storm? How is this not just code?
Me, from you, from our country.
Look at that. They're stealing it right now. They're like, this is a revolution. What else is this but go? No, Jerry Orbach passed. He was lovely.
There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election.
Jesus Christ, man, you're supposed to be talking people down who are currently laying siege to the Capitol.
But we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace.
What hands? This is all you, fuckhead. There is no playing into the hands. There's no this is exact. You watch this. We'll drive them to violence and then we'll put them down. It sounds like that was exactly your plan.
So go home. We love you.
Ew. And by the way, the whole talk of the Insurrection Act and all that kind of stuff came directly because these assholes were going to come down. They were going to go down to the Capitol, and counter-protesters were going to be the ones that drove them to rise up against Antifa and Black Lives Matter, who were going to go start a war in the streets. And Trump would act as if the people who charged the Capitol today were patriots defending themselves against the forces of Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and therefore he could put in the Insurrection Act because it was BLM and Antifa that were trying to usurp power. It was a coup from those people. Well, guess what? They didn't fucking show. Which you shouldn't. Anytime somebody pulls this shit, let them protest. Go, have a coffee, watch it on television, and don't double down. Don't give any oxygen to that kind of fire.
We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special.
You are. Oh my God. He can see me through the television. Everybody. He loves it. Can I get that on? Can I get a teddy bear with that recording in it? Is there a possibility?
Into the hands of these people.
No, you can't.
We have to have peace.
Okay.
So go home.
I
we
will.
love you. You're very special.
It's
You've
true.
seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad.
We need to get back at those people. We can't let them be treated that way. Storm the castle. I'm sorry. You were trying to stop me from that.
So evil. I know how you others are treated that are so bad and so evil.
Yeah, they treat us, those bad, evil people that are just down the street. I should go get them. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
See the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil.
I know.
I know how you feel.
You totally do. He knows how I feel.
But go home and go home in peace.
Thank you, Lord. He said, go home in peace. These are right out of the words of David in the Psalms. It's like something it's almost like he was standing in front of a burned out church holding a Bible upside down, talking directly to me. I just know it. I could feel it in my heart. That's the whole fucking thing. 1 minute and 80% of it is, you totally have a reason to want to kill people. They're evil. They are evil, and they're treated so nicely, and you're treated so unkind.
Your pain. I know you're hurt.
I know you're hurt. I know you're weary. I know your plans don't include me. Still here we are, both of us lonely. We got tonight, babe. Why won't you stay? Oh, flashbang. Safe space. Safe space. Get me to a safe space. Sorry, my shoe came untied. I joked so much that okay. That's 1:30. We'll never get back. Yeah. It was 1 minute and 1 second. The 30 seconds was my jokes. Those are completely worthwhile. Okay, let's see if.
But we did see a moment of presidential leadership today, because while President Trump was doing something, we saw President-elect Joe Biden
fomenting violence is what you were working with. That's something he was doing, was trying to get
forward live and address the nation, calling this a disgraceful insurrection. Let's listen.
Not dissent.
Hold on.
This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition. And it must end.
Chaos and disorder ruining my world again.
Now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I was looking for his comment, and it didn't quite come up, and I'm not quite, we'll figure that out in a second. Hold on. It was just the little clip of it. Forward. Let's see. I'll try and find his whole statement, and then we'll sign off on that. We can all watch the news as we go on. I don't know how many. Is this our 9th 25th Amendment watch tonight? Yeah. So, let's see, Biden. Okay, let's just try. He'll come up. I'll try the newest one. Is this the actual one? Yeah, it's 9 minutes. Okay, cool.
I initially was going to talk about.
Hold on. Here we go.
The economy.
Uh-huh.
But all of you.
Adult shit.
All of you have been watching what I've been watching.
Blacklist? I'm sorry.
At this hour, our democracy is under an unprecedented assault.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike anything we've seen in modern times. An assault on the citadel of liberty, the Capitol itself. An assault on the people's representatives, on the Capitol Hill police, sworn to protect them, on the public servants who work at the heart of our republic. An assault on the rule of law like few times we've ever seen it. An assault on the most sacred of American undertakings, the doing of the people's business. Let me be very clear. The scenes of chaos at the Capitol do not reflect a true America, do not represent who we are. What we're seeing are a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness.
Yep.
This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition. And it must end now. I call on this mob to pull back and allow the work of democracy to go forward. You've heard me say before in different contexts, the words of a president matter, no matter how good or bad that president is. At their best, the words of a president can inspire. At their worst, they can incite. And therefore, I call on President Trump to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution.
Narrator. He didn't. He released a 1-minute video from the Rose Garden, and then he went back into the house and tried to live tweet Fox News, and Twitter banned him.
And demand an end to this siege, to storm the Capitol, to smash windows, to occupy offices, the floor of the United States Senate, rummaging through desks, on the Capitol, on the House of Representatives, threatening the safety of duly elected officials. It's not protest, it's insurrection. The world's watching. Like so many other Americans, I am genuinely shocked and saddened that our nation, so long the beacon of light and hope for democracy, has come to such a dark moment. Through war and strife, America's endured much, and we will endure here, and we will prevail again, and will prevail now. The work of the moment and the work of the next 4 years must be the restoration of democracy, of decency, honor, respect, the rule of law, just plain, simple decency.
With of course, a side of wry humor that pokes fun while keeping a mindful watch on never dipping below the level of dehumanizing someone, no matter how much they try to dehumanize themselves through their lack of ethics and character. Thank you. Management.
Renewal of a politics. It's about solving problems, looking out for one another, not stoking the flames of hate and chaos.
It is? Well, what did we elect that guy for?
As I said, America's about honor, decency, respect, tolerance. That's who we are. That's who we've always been.
That's true. We've also been sexy and funny. I'm just saying, for the record. We're also I'm big on sexy and funny.
The certification of the Electoral College vote is supposed to be a sacred ritual, which we affirm. The purpose is to affirm the majesty of American democracy. But today's reminder, a painful one, that democracy is fragile.
Night.
And to preserve it requires people of goodwill, leaders with the courage to stand up, who are devoted not to the pursuit of power, or the personal interest pursuits of their own selfish interest at any cost, but of the common good. Think what our children watching television is thinking. Think what the rest of the world is looking at. For nearly 2.5 centuries, we, the people, in search of a more perfect union, have kept our eyes on that common good. America is so much better than what we've seen today. Watching the scenes from the Capitol, I was reminded, as I prepared other speeches in the past, I was reminded of the words of Abraham Lincoln in his annual message to Congress, whose work has today been interrupted by chaos. Here's what Lincoln said. He said, "We shall nobly save or merely lose the last best hope on earth." Went on to say, "The way is plain, peaceful, generous, just, a way which, if followed, the world will forever applaud and God must forever bless." The way is plain here, too. That's who we are. It's the way of democracy, of respect, of decency, of honor, and commitment as patriots to this nation. Notwithstanding what I saw today and we're seeing today, I remain optimistic about the incredible opportunities. There has never been anything we can't do when we do it together. And this god-awful display today is bringing home to every Republican and Democrat and Independent in the nation that we must step up. This is the United States of America. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a thing we've tried to do that we've done it together. We've not been able to do it. So, President Trump, step up. May God bless America. And may God protect our troops and all those folks at the Capitol who are trying to preserve order. Thank you, and I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Are you concerned about your inauguration,
And they're the president-elect saying that at this hour, our democracy is under unprecedented assault, calling on President Trump to step up.
My safety, security, or the
and go on.
inauguration. I am not concerned. The American people are going to stand up, and stand up now. Enough is enough is enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. So, by the way, yeah, you were saying Mitch McConnell actually was speaking, which is weird. That happened while we were doing that. Let's see if I can get him in here. Where is he? Why is he? What's happening? Speak. Did they not? What happened? Am I? Let's see. Nope. No audio. What is that? There you go. Really? C-SPAN? You don't have any audio? All right, hold on. We'll see if we can get back with that. Although it might be best because it's 5:15, and I'm gonna end up watching a bunch of this stuff as well. I will rejoin you guys if anything breaks and come back in a little bit later. I got to go fix dinner for the family and stuff, and I will get back to you guys. I want to leave you with this though. At no point was our government and our functioning state of government in danger because of the actions of Donald Trump or any of these assholes in the Senate and the House today, and certainly not any of these ridiculous morons, yelling words of patriotism while attacking the Capitol. We're not. You have to take it seriously, and the horrible thing about this is that in these guys playing army and playing government, playing rebels, they got a woman killed today and other people injured. That's the reality of it. So on a personal note, I couldn't be more disgusted by Republicans. On another note, I am very aware that that whatever shred of hope Trump had for a post-presidential legitimacy, even while dealing with the legal troubles he'll face because of his criminal activities financially and all that other stuff, all the protections given to him by the presidency that he was counting on, the bottom has fallen out of that today. All the Republicans who were already on thin ice because they had gone through this bullshit before, with Trump making the phone call. They were already on board. They're going to do this thing. They've set this up. They've gathered around. We're going to announce that we're going to bring these objections to the floor, and it'll be this big process, and we're going to win us some MAGA audience members that are going to support us going into the next election. This is going to be crucial as a part of this. And it's going to, we'll be, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley will be the 2024 presidential candidate, and I'm totally going to beat Sleepy Joe because I'm the shit. All those guys stepped in it when Trump made his phone call and Raffensperger taped it. And there's not a single person who Trump has spoken to that wasn't a co-conspirator in the last 2 years that hasn't taped their calls with him. And that shit all starts coming out on the 20th. I got news for you. So there was a chance Trump would skate some justice and skate some of his responsibilities. And those Republicans would skate some of that because they were posing as patriots, using the MAGA movement and people's fear of the MAGA movement to allow them to gain some ground politically. It was a maneuver that already was bad because of Trump getting caught on that phone call. And today it became a life and death matter. Ted Cruz was an opportunistic asshole on Sunday, like he has always been, but in stark relief, if everybody heard this recorded phone call. And now he's an opportunistic leech with blood on his hands. And the same thing is true of Hawley and all the other senators who signed on to this. I'm telling you, you have nothing to fear from these assholes. And Biden is going to get sworn in. And a lot of these assholes are going to get locked up. And it will take some time. But we have a functioning country, and we will get back to that. I'm telling you. You guys, and I mean, I'm sure we'll all be watching the news tonight. I will hop back on if something enormous happens. If Trump resigns and asks Pence to pardon him, I'll jump back on. But tomorrow I'm on at 4 o'clock normally because we have family FaceTime at 3. And so my time and Pacific time. So I may jump on in the morning because there's so much flowing news. But we started today with this nonsense about his rally and the reality that Ossoff has just cleared the difference that triggers an automatic recount in Georgia. The Democrats have taken control of the Senate. Kamala Harris is the deciding vote. And the sweetness of that reality is so friggin' hysterical and powerful and important and lovely that I don't want you to lose sight of that because that's what Trump wants you to forget. He wants you to forget these wins. He wants you to forget. He wants you to focus on all the bad stuff and assume that that's all it is around you because that's what he wants his followers to do so they act up and foment violence and all this shit. And you don't fall for it. Life is way bigger. So I adore you. Fear not. You can watch with excitement all the shit that's going to happen tonight and the following stories over the next couple of days. But this is not the fall of the republic. It's not going to happen, and Trump is not going to be president. And any chance that he thought that he might wiggle a 10-day reprieve while they went and set up a commission to see if it was really is dead by his own hand. This son of a bitch choked his only plan to death for the 4th time in 2 months. Every time he's got a plan and one out, he manages to screw the pooch. Every single time. And he will keep doing it. And there is no version of reality where Trump, if only he was able to do if he could have possibly, if he'd have said the right, because there is no other if. Trump is a fuck up as a human being. He was born on third base and thought he hit a triple. His dad was a rich racist. He passed it on to his kid. He sucked off of his siblings and hung around with power brokers and criminals in a way to get him, padded and protected. And he ran out of room to borrow from anybody, so he ended up borrowing from the Russians and the Chinese. He's a loser, and he's going to keep losing. And he's such a loser that the worst thing that ever happened to Donald Trump was he became president of the United States. Imagine your life is that fucked. That's what did it. That's what did you in. That was the worst. That ruined it. If you hadn't done that, you might have skated away scot-free as a rich asshole with too much popularity. Right? Nope. Rick Wilson's right. Everything Trump touches dies because Trump is a fuck up as a human being on an individual level. So I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to, there's genuine concern for people who are genuinely in danger. We still don't know what happened to this fucking kid. Right side doesn't give a goddamn. Some lady lost her goddamn dog. These people are idiots. But I want you to take care of yourself. And remember, there's still a pandemic out there. So wash your hands, wear your mask, practice personal distancing or physical distancing from other people unless you know them or you've been quarantined with them. And then in which case, hug them tight. And I will see you guys tomorrow or maybe later tonight or early tomorrow, depending on how things go. Because I work out in the morning too. So I'll come and go and we'll figure it out. But I will see you guys soon. Fear not. Fear not. I'm telling you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bless you. Thanks for all the support, guys. And thanks to all our new patrons and everybody who likes and subscribes and follows the show. I'm overwhelmed by your support. This is the little show that could, and it's really turning into something, and it's because of you guys. And I have moments during my day where I silently say thank you to all of you just while I'm off the air, and I'm dead serious. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, or tonight, or tomorrow morning, or late in the afternoon, or both, or all three. Okay, bye. We'll see. All right.